The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
It has certainly looked like rain much of the day, and some people finally seeing some little sprinkles around town. The heavier stuff outside of San Antonio city limits, and clouds keeping those temperatures down.
Yeah, we could see even more changes in the temperatures over the next few days. Let's go over to meteorologist Adam Caskey now with the latest. Adam, I said over my house, it seems like it's been ready to rain all day.
Yes.
Not a drop.
Teasing. The teasing clouds, that's what they've been doing. Dark gray, looking ominous and like they could rain. Now we actually have some light rain falling. This batch of very light rain moving south to north through San Antonio. It's not going to last all that much longer. Once you get it, you get about 25, 30 minutes of this very light rain max, and then it moves out of town. And this is going to continue to push toward into Stone Oak, Timberwood Park, Bulverde. Selma's just getting hit. Garden Ridge, you're up next, and a little bit even clipping Leon Springs as this moves north and north out in northern Bexar County, and then soon to be out of Bexar County, even into western Guadalupe County. The heaviest rain, though, just outside of San Antonio. Some more meaningful showers moving out of Divine, heading toward Hondo, but it is weakening a bit as it gets toward Hondo. And then farther south of San Antonio, we're talking southern Atascosa County and northern McMullen County. This is some good soaking heavy rain. At the moment, it's lost its electricity, doesn't have the cloud to ground lightning strikes. So it's likely weakening and fizzling out, but at least it still has some good moisture to drop before it completely comes to an end. And then some shower activity, for the most part, dissipating in the hill country. It's that time of day. We still have some leftover rain, but it starts to wind down as we lose our daytime heating and that sun sets. Better rain chances later this week. And noticeable temperature drop as well. We'll talk about it all in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Two families not deterred by time. It's been a little more than a year since Angel Ray Martinez and Gregorio Ricardo Cordova Mejia were murdered. But their families are still actively asking the community for information on this case, as you can see.
Courtney Friedman takes us to the billboard they put up after that shooting to show us what big change was just made.
I wasn't even a year old when it happened. She does remember him. When she sees a picture of him, she'll go, "Hi, Dada," or "Bye, Dada." We just tell her that her dad loved her and that he just wanted the best for her.
This woman is remaining anonymous for safety. Her boyfriend, Gregorio Ricardo Cordova Mejia, was just 19 years old in July last year when he and his 15-year-old friend, Angel Ray Martinez, were shot and killed at a Southside apartment complex.
This is just a reminder to everybody around that the person who did this has not been caught.
After the murders, Angel's mom, Jessica Martinez, had this billboard put up showing their faces and a $5,000 reward. Just a month and a half ago, it was updated to $10,000. As a push to keep the case alive, the Martinez and Mejia families each raised $2,500 to put towards the reward. They spent $400 to change the billboard, and what's left will go to the monthly fee to keep it standing.
There's some tips coming in, but, you know, we need some, harder evidence.
Martinez sees the surge of violence involving young people and is getting involved in community groups.
It makes me sad. It makes me sad. It makes me want to do something about it.
She deserves justice. It's not going to bring him back, but that person doesn't deserve to be out there just in the streets when they killed somebody that had a family.
It does not matter how small your piece of information is. If your tip leads to an arrest in this case, that $10,000 could be yours. Just call Crime Stoppers at 224-STOP. From the South Side, Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
To the northeast side now, where neighbors are horrified by a gruesome dog attack that happened almost a month ago. Today, they are mourning the loss of the victim, a 47-year-old man who was mauled in his own backyard. Paul Anthony Striegel Jr. was attacked by two dogs as he sat in his backyard on September 5th. Striegel's roommate tells us the trailer park's new management has since made new rules banning vicious dog breeds. He says they never had problems with those dogs before, but he believes there could have been a way to prevent this tragedy.
These fences are 50 years old. Nobody's ever tried to repair them, mend them, pin them down, or anything.
San Antonio police tell us the two dogs involved in the attack have since been euthanized. We're also told the owner of those dogs has been cited and a hearing is expected in municipal court. No other charges are expected to be filed.
Tonight, San Antonio police investigating after two people were shot outside of a home. That shooting happened about 11 last night on G Street near Clark Avenue. According to officers, a man and woman outside at a gathering. Moments later, someone in a dark-colored sedan started shooting. At last check, the man was taken to BAMC in critical condition. The woman expected to recover. So far, no arrests have been made.
What began as a fire outside of one home has destroyed two of them. Both those homes are in the Lakeside neighborhood off of Rigsby Avenue outside of Loop 410. Katrina Weber with how this was a battle that could not be won.
With all the water their hoses could handle, San Antonio firefighters couldn't stop these flames from doing their damage. The fire had already broken through the roof of one home when they arrived in the Lakeside neighborhood just after 1 this morning. When a gas line then broke, it added fuel to the fire, spreading it to the home next door in the 5800 block of Lake Bluff. Crews put their efforts into trying to save the properties, being that all the people who lived there had gotten out safely, but it was a battle they couldn't win. This whole thing seemed to take firefighters by surprise. They arrived here expecting there was fire outside one house, but they quickly found out that wasn't the case. They say that idea was based on information they were given originally, but once they were on the scene, the first crews quickly called for backup. Nothing they did, though, could save the homes. That one fire destroyed both of them. And despite their efforts, investigators have zero answers for how it started. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
An update along the border now. Border Patrol took more than 200,000 migrants into custody crossing the border from Mexico into the U.S. during the month of September. That is up from 181,000 people in August, according to Homeland Security officials. It is the largest number of border apprehensions per month so far this year. Those numbers continue to strain local and federal resources, and those concerns are likely to be a topic during the U.S.-Mexico security talks this week.
We now know the date state lawmakers will be heading back to the Capitol in Austin for a third special session. Governor Greg Abbott notifying the legislature that the next special session will begin on October 9th. It's 1 week from today. Governor Abbott did not say what the focus of this latest special session would be, but he said in the past it would focus on public education, including the issues of school vouchers and public school funding.
After avoiding a government shutdown, the Speaker of the House might be facing a new threat now. Some of his Republican colleagues are threatening to remove Kevin McCarthy. In a last-minute decision, Speaker McCarthy decided to work with House Democrats as Congress managed to narrowly avoid a shutdown. But now McCarthy's leadership is being called into question. Florida Representative Matt Gaetz is calling for McCarthy to be removed.
It is becoming increasingly clear who the Speaker of the House already works for. And it's not the Republican conference.
If somebody wants to make a motion against me, bring it.
A motion to vacate McCarthy could be filed as early as this week. The bill passed to avoid that shutdown only keeps the government funded until November 17th.
Meanwhile, federal student loan payments resume this month for millions of people. Those payments put on hold for 3 years during the COVID-19 pandemic. The U.S. Department of Education estimates the average payment for most people will be between $200 and $300 a month. This is causing some borrowers to scramble to rebalance those budgets, including one mother who saved for her twin daughter's education while her loan payments were paused.
It's just a tightening of the belt across all areas. You need to live in a house, you need to pay groceries, you need to eat, and then from there on you kind of have to figure out where to skimp and save.
The Biden administration is looking into a new potential student debt relief policy that focuses on people who are the hardest hit financially. The Education Department is meeting with a committee next week to discuss some of those policy ideas. Check out traffic right now, 281 at San Pedro, and you can see traffic moving along smoothly, though it is a slowdown. I believe we're looking at the northbound lanes of 281 there as it heads towards the airport. Give you a better idea of where that slowdown's taking place as it heads towards Bitter and Wurzbach Parkway.
Big things are coming to the San Antonio International Airport. A little over a week ago, a direct flight from San Antonio to Germany was announced starting in 2024. A giant airport project hopes there is more where that came from. Coming up later in this show, KSAT explains the airport project, its connection to the local economy, and why the hope is the project gets more direct flights. We'll break down the key destinations that local leaders are going after. That's coming up at 6:30.
I realized that I don't even realize I'm a San Antonio Spur. You know, it's just crazy.
It's Wemby's world. We're all just living in it. The Spurs holding their media day as we are just a few weeks away from the start of the NBA season. Why there's a lot more hype around the silver and black later in sports.
Plus, how a 5K that helps thousands, you could be a part of that. You can help get involved to be a helper for military men and women and their families. It's all coming up this weekend, and we'll give you the details after the break.
Welcome back. I'm Stefania Jimenez, and here's what we're working on for you tonight on the Nightbeat. First up, a fight over schools. A few weeks ago, we told you the San Antonio ISD announced plans to close several elementary schools. Well, now, students and parents are fighting back. Why the Lamar Elementary community says that it shouldn't be included in the district's plans to so-called right size. Lotto fever. Yeah, it's heating up. The Powerball jackpot reaching a staggering $1.4 billion. And tonight, we're going to have those winning numbers for you. Also, we've spoken about crime affecting so many communities in San Antonio. That's exactly why some neighbors are planning to come together to find a solution to the violence. Tonight, you're going to get a preview of National Night Out and what that event means for the community. We'll see you for these stories and so much more tonight on the Nightbeat.
Thanks, Stefania. It is not uncommon for military veterans and their families to face challenges after they leave the service.
Yeah, as Max Massey tells us this weekend, you can help thousands of veterans right here in San Antonio just by taking a few steps.
I served in the Army from 2003 to 2006 with the 10th Mountain Division.
Meet Earl, an Army veteran.
I remember 9/11. I was a freshman in college when that happened, and one of the millions of people that dropped what they were doing and went and enlisted.
Earl answered the call and served our country, a time he will never forget.
So it was very fast-paced, life-changing, but I wouldn't replace it for anything.
But Earl's journey from service to where he stands today, it was not an easy path.
Wounded Warrior Project came into my life in 2010 after my best friend had committed suicide. So I turned to Wounded Warrior Project and the Warriors to Work program.
Now, Earl works for the Wounded Warrior Project here in Military City, USA.
Our mission is to honor and empower our wounded warriors.
He wants to help his fellow veterans. The national program has a big focus on physical and mental health, and it serves just over 200,000 post 9/11 warriors and about 50,000 of their family members.
Our goal is to just get warriors to live the best lives possible, purpose-driven lives. Obviously, that's something different for everybody, but they can't do that unless their mental health needs are taken care of, their physical needs are taken care of.
The Carry Forward 5K, it symbolizes the weight that veterans take on when protecting our country. Running this race while carrying flags. The goal? Raising funds for warriors and their families.
It's an incredible opportunity for the community to come out, get to know a lot of the warriors we serve, learn about our mission, and just celebrate doing what we're doing.
If you want to step up and help out local military families, or if you're a veteran looking for programs, this weekend is a great opportunity.
Come out and experience the event. It's invigorating.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
The Carry Forward 5K is this Saturday at Mission County Park on Padre Drive. Registration opens at 7 a.m. and the opening ceremonies, those begin at 8.
Take a live look outside. You know, okay, I'm all right with today. I'm all right with the cloud cover and no rain as long as rain is still coming. Like, this is hopefully just like the first course of many to come.
Yeah, this is just a small taste, I think, of what's to come later on this week. And you even saw in the live cam a few drips and drops because of the light rain that's moving through. But Thursday is what we're really focusing on. We'll have a few showers kind of like today, tomorrow, and then even into Wednesday. But Wednesday night and through Thursday, the rain chances really ramp up a lot more. That's our best shot at rain because the Thursday cold front giving us a better shot at rain. And then a cooler weekend. This is not going to be the kind of front that hits and everything changes. The cooler air lags behind a bit and will slowly settle in. But take a look at our temperature trend. 92 tomorrow, 90 on Wednesday. By Thursday and Friday, we're in the low to mid 80s for high temperatures. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're talking highs in the mid to upper 70s. It's about 10 degrees below average for this time of year. It's been a while since we've had an afternoon high below average. Take a look at the rainfall currently. Not a whole lot around San Antonio. It's really dissipating quickly as well. You see this light green plume falling apart and dissipating as it heads northward. Better than nothing, but more of a tease than anything. Medina County, we're seeing that heavy rain come to an end. We're starting to lose the energy of the day right now. So as this light rain moved from Divine and even Bigfoot northwestward toward Hondo, really fell apart. Still some light rain, though, along Highway 90 between Hondo and Castroville. The real action is down to the south, McMullen County, and even now stretching into southeastern Frio County, where this is like some good rain, but likely to really start to dissipate and fall apart here over the next hour. Maybe that's about as much as we have left of it. As for the 12-hour rainfall totals today, clearly, this is the sweet spot here. Southern Atascosa County, northern McMullen County, even parts of Frio County, just outside of Pearsall, over 2 inches. Wherever you see the yellow on the screen, that means a minimum of 2 inches. The oranges, even more, between 3 to 4 inches possible here, according to Doppler radar estimates around Choke Canyon there. So good accumulations. Not nearly as much around San Antonio, off to the west, up to about a half an inch in some spots. We'll get into Medina County here, just outside of Divine, 1.1, south of Hondo, about 1.3 inches estimated by Doppler radar. Notice tomorrow a 30% chance, Wednesday 40%, then Thursday up to 70%. This does not mean that it's going to be raining at your house all day. It just means that periodically you've got a good chance of rain and you're likely to get rain at various times throughout the day on Thursday. All thanks to this big long wave trough that's digging down into the western U.S. It's going to help pull some Pacific moisture in aloft along with the Gulf moisture in place. So a generalized look at the day on Thursday shows the longer range models indicating those showers heavy at times, coming and going. And I do think widespread accumulations of 1 to 2 inches is very likely in this situation. Not everybody's going to get that much, but I think we'll see many rain gauges come in at 1 to 2 inches by Thursday night. 92, that was our high temperature today. It's been 117 days in a row that we've been 90 degrees or warmer. That's a record, an all-time record. 84 currently with that dew point of 68. It's muggy outside. That will change behind the cold front, especially by this weekend. Even some upper 70s out there off to the west. Hondo, Uvalde right now at 79 degrees. And we start the day tomorrow at 76. 86 at noon, 92 for the high temperature, 20 to 30% chance throughout the day. More of the same in terms of some of those isolated, widely separated showers and non-severe storms. Low 90s for just about everybody, some upper 80s in the hill country. And then notice those morning temperatures in particular. By Sunday morning at sunrise, we could be talking upper 50s, a taste of fall, finally.
What? All right, thank you, Adam.
I like it. All right. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama, the main attraction of Media Day, but he's not the only one, Larry, who made news today.
No, he's not. So Devin Vassell was asked during Media Day today, hey, you're eligible for a contract extension, right? He sort of played it off, didn't really say much, but he gave a big smile when he answered, meaning something was in the works. Well, the Spurs rewarded him with a contract extension today. Plus, Alamo Heights is part of our big game this week on Friday night. Coming up.
Just know I want to be a Spur for a long time, and that's all I can say.
And Devin Vassell will be with the Spurs for several more years to come in big board sports. All right, this time last year, head coach Greg Popovich told everyone, don't go to Vegas and place a bet on the Spurs to win the NBA title. This year, there was a little bit more energy at Media Day, and for obvious reasons, Victor Wembanyama's presence is something you just can't ignore. You could feel it as soon as you walked into the room. KSAT Sports' Nick Mantis was there this morning. And Nick, I hear the Spurs players besides Wemby might be as excited as we all are.
Hey, Larry, yeah, coming into this Media Day, we knew there was always going to be that excitement. Everyone wants to talk about Wemby, what he means to this team, how they're going to be building throughout his development in his first year. But when it comes to the rest of the players, how are they excited? How is Pop excited? That's what we wanted to know, and that's what we found out today.
It's a different energy around here. I mean, I think we all know with Victor coming, it's been a different energy in San Antonio. I think we're all just ready to see it. It's a new season, finally. It's been the longest off season. Hopefully it's the last off season that's that long. But yeah, we're just super excited to start playing.
I feel like when we look to the left and the right, I'm pretty comfortable, with who I have going to war for me each and every night. So I'm excited. I feel like my teammates are excited, and we're ready to, stir some things up.
It's an exciting time. Guys have been working all summer. They've been in the gym for the last, 5-6 weeks, and they just want to get to the next step, which is being coached and putting the team together and getting ready for the season.
I know it's going to be a beautiful year, and I know I'm forging forever memories right now.
So you can tell there's a new little bit of energy with this group as they get ready to go into the preseason and then, of course, the season itself. Of course, we're going to have all the coverage for you as this team gets to start learning more about each other and we get closer to the season. From the Spurs practice facility, Nick Mantis, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you, Nick. Entering his 4th season, the Spurs rewarded Vassell today with a 5-year, $146 million contract extension per Adrian Wojnarowski. The 23-year-old has increased his scoring average by more than 6 points per game in each of his 3 NBA seasons. The big game and our big game coverage Friday night will feature the Jefferson Mustangs at the Alamo Heights Mules. We caught up with Alamo Heights this afternoon at Orem Stadium, where the high-flying Mules were dropping some dimes. Alamo Heights is 5-0 overall, 4-0 in District 14 5A2. They're tied with Harlandale for first place. Jefferson is 4-1 overall, 3-1 in District, and 1 game behind the Mules and Indians. And get this, Alamo Heights is averaging 60.2 points per game this season. They're tough to beat, and it really starts with them not being overconfident.
We got to focus on ourselves. If we mess up, that's where we're going to get got. So we just got to make sure everything we do is perfect. And
I think just our team leadership and everything we have, we just need to keep a level head and not be too confident going into games like this.
At Alamo Heights is our game of the week Friday night at 7. We'll hear from the Mustangs tonight on the Nightbeat.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
You got it.
Coming up next, KSAT explains what's going on with the San Antonio Airport project. Stay with us.